Depends if he answers
And
correctly.
boop, we are live.
Somebody will do a detect evil and good and see what his alignment is.
None of us got that.
Oh yeah, that would have been Yorda.
Yes.
Yup.
I think his detective evil and good might have been skewed a little bit due to his own personal moral failings.
Oh,
really?
But yes.
Don't say.
Oh,
I can detect poison and disease.
This motherfucker is sick of the heart. This dude.
So
close.
Oh, yes. To anybody that's joining us, hello. This is day 3 of our 1 year
Day
stream of
3.
ours.
Give it up for day 3.
Everybody give it up for day 3. Yes. The onesies need to be washed, and we're all so tired. But we're going to be pushing through to have a wonderful time. So everybody get excited for that. But yes, we were just discussing the morality of carpet and whether or not we're going to let this motherfucker stay with us. So...
Great
I would
sentences
like
out
to.
of context.
Yes.
carpet as a concept.
Carpet as a concept.
Oh, and by the way,
guys.
before we hop in, has everybody moved their tokens to where they want them to be for the bull shark beatdown?
Yes.
This will be me for the rest of the stream. I will be acting as if my voice is coming out of the beak.
That's due for real.
That to do for real, for real.
For real, for real.
I am due. I am due. I am a French woman.
That 5 seconds in the hood was too much. I got too hot.
Sensory deprivation tank.
Oh my god.
Get in the chicken.
So
Get in the sensory deprivation chicken.
This house is a fucking nightmare.
Moss, for a moment, seeing your token move around, I was like, you want to be underneath where Bull is going to fall onto?
Sit on me.
To be fair with banishment, if there is a person in the area, he goes to the next closest space.
Oh, okay, got it.
Can we game it out so he like goes next to Temperance?
It
Wouldn't
would
that
be funny.
cool?
You guys could make a conga line and just throw him out of the house. And just hold it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Jump in the line. Rock your body in time.
Oh, and also,
Thank
Moss, could you just
you.
lower the sensitivity just a little bit? I'm just noticing that, like, that laugh clipped the audio a little bit on Zoom, and I just want to make sure everything is just in line there.
Okay.
You were all good.
Wound it down.
Oh, all good.
Is that
That's
better?
perfect. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, Drew, I moved Aragonite into the living room. Is that okay?
Totally cool. No problem at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I also got rid of Contra Loot. Contra Loot has left the party.
No!
If you guys want to find him later, you can find him later. He'll be hanging out.
Bunch of Blue, come back.
He's got to get those drowned people back home.
That's true. He's the real hero. Contra lit.
Contra Loot, dude. He's got to tell Kara about the Bandile and all about his moms and dads.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Baba
I love it.
Kaboosh.
Cody's this, Cody's that. Cody's me, bro.
So, is there anything else that we would want to chat about or want to bring up before we hop right into it?
Question for my squishier friends in the combat. Would it be...
I ain't squishy. What are you talking about?
How many hit points do you have?
You can check on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm also fine.
Fine.
Listen, I love you all very much. Olive, why are you at half health?
Because I was at the door when Bull entered.
Okay, so question for my squishier friends as the person with the most hit points. Would it be better for Mud to do rage rather than druid stuff for you guys? Because, like, tactically, would it be better for him to soak up damage?
Do whatever you feel. We don't know where this fucker's gonna swing because we sent him away for a while. He's gonna be confused.
That's true.
Fucked up. All right, I'm gonna drop my druid shape. It's fine.
All
I've
good.
got 2 more uses of that, I think. I don't know, maybe 1 more. Who knows? And then I'm going to rage.
Okay.
Her, are you still in the corner?
I'm hanging in the corner.
Her's doing like a fucking Navy
That's
SEAL
me in the
sniper.
corner.
I don't need to touch him to do any damage.
That's
That
true.
is true.
You know what? With that said,
Oh,
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna stand behind my
right
dog.
next to him.
Next to my dog.
The
To my
temperance.
dog.
Temperance.
Oh, that's
To my dog.
temperance. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a shark, and I was like, "Are
Me
you
and my
kidding
best
me?"
friend Bull. Me and my best friend Bull. My buddy.
Some motherfuckers be like looking at Bull, go, I could fix him. Just
Us about carpet.
yeah. Okay. With that.
Carpet is our poor little meow meow. I'm sorry, I just
no,
had to
you're
get
totally
that out.
cool. I was about to make a joke about Mud being posted up on the couch, just ready to rock.
Absolutely.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Not to fight the shark.
People really do. Honestly, I love the fact where it's like some people are like, oh, you know, like some people that have like extreme or like violent beliefs, we need to like talk them down. And you guys are like, let's plan how to best take these people out. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is a firing squad. You literally have her and Olive put in tactical positions just to blast him as soon as he comes back. But I will say, we are going to go into the top of the initiative order because it got so fucked last time. So, excellent burp, by the way, Kate.
Thank you.
Okay, so, any other preparatory stuff before we hop in?
No.
Moss, anything?
Just that I'm going to move my mic to right here, just so I can better take notes.
Okay, actually, turn your sensitivity up just a little bit then, if you're going to keep it there.
Okay.
Speak.
How is that?
That sounds great. If you just remain there, no need for you to get any closer to the mic. You sound great right where you are. Sound good?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. Okay, then are we all ready to hop in?
Yeah.
Okay, you all want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Then everybody, a deep and cleansing breath, and we can finish our 1-year anniversary strong. That sound good?
Woo!
Then everybody, please join me. Oh. And everything after the burp is canon. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to switch the music back to be a little bit more intense. Because as a quick recap of last time, you guys just straight up ended your fight with Bull. Literally mid-brawl, her with an incredible banishment spell, and then just took a 30-minute powwow to chat with Kenneth Ward. Kenneth Ward revealed Cowrie's backstory from when they were a child. When I say child, I mean like literally a toddler. Revealed to her factors concerning Spuff, concerning some vendettas that people may have, enemies of Spuff due to actions that she took as a commander. We learned that the Shiver Gang is currently somewhere around the Grip Isle and was working alongside Kenneth Ward to find ancient information within the Terraborg library that somehow pertains to the overall quest for the MacGuffins of the godly weapons. And, well, after a short but impactful conversation between Olive and Kenneth Ward disappeared into the sea, honoring his deal with all of you, and seemingly exiting this encounter, as true neutral as he is, refusing to fight for either side. Which then brings us back to all of you right now, setting yourselves up in the entrance area of the Terraborg Manor. So just to make sure I have everything clear here, her in the northeast corner, huddled behind like tables and chairs, basically. Olive with Temperance in the southwest corner, huddled up there. Mud, you are straight up propping yourself up on the couch over the spot that Bull is going to return to. And Cowrie, where are you going to be?
I'm going to be right where I am, kind of like close enough to get into melee, but not like right all up in his face.
Okay. Perfect. Excellent. And you are all able to realize that Fione and Aragonite and Calcite and Carpet are all in the sitting area directly to your west, with the door being locked. And you guys will be able to discuss with them after Bull has been dealt with. As you're able to feel the energy rippling and tearing at your hand as you realize this banishment is about to fail. Are we all ready to hop back in?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, then with that, I'm going to switch over the music, and we are going to hop back into the initiative order at the top of the initiative. All right, here we go. Okay. The music is messing up a little bit. Okay, here we are as immediately you guys see that gilded cage that Bull was put in by her begins to and begins to trail around in the air above where he was like sucked into and disappeared. And you guys are able to watch as the lower section of this gilded cage kind of expands and then contracts as you realize as Bull begins to and begins to reform into reality, the carpet that he was wrapped up in also reforms as he and slams into the ground. He goes, what just happened? I've never seen. And Mud immediately is going to go to attack. We're going to go to the top of the initiative order. Her propped up in like a sniper's position behind cover. What do you do as Bull reappears on the combat map?
Okay, perfect. Right there. Great. That's so fantastic. I am going to move my token just a little bit.
Okay.
Mostly so I don't hit Mud. Probably like right there. That's within range. I am going to cast at a 3rd level lightning bolt.
Okay.
Nice.
He has to make a dexterity saving throw of 14.
Okay, dex save of 14, not a problem at all.
Yes.
I have to remove all the d20s I was rolling with Kate earlier. Dex save 14, passes with a 15.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I am going to cast as a cantrip, Ray of Frost.
Okay.
So I have to roll for that.
Does
Does he
lightning bolt
take-
not hit?
He would take half
does he-
damage. Lightning bolt be
Did
half
he take
damage.
half damage
Half
on a
damage.
save?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he takes
Oh,
half
I'm so
damage.
freaking dumb, y'all.
No, there's a lot
You're
of
not.
rules in this
Spells are
game.
hard.
There's so many
Spells
rules.
are hard.
Okay, so first I'm gonna roll damage for that.
Yep.
But I did get a dirty 20 for the
That's gonna hit.
For the Ray of Frost.
So we're gonna
yeah.
do roll your damage and then half it for the lightning bolt, and then you can then roll the Ray of Frost damage. Make sense?
Perfect. 8d6. Great.
Oh,
For a
boy.
3rd level lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as Fireball.
Okay.
God damn.
Yeah. Which is about 30 damage if you average it out. If you want to get technical.
Oh.
That's crazy.
All right, so that. Hold up. 12, 15, 20, 30, 32 points of damage.
So it's gonna be
Half.
16 points of damage. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I will then roll the damage for Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Ray of Frost.
That's gonna be 9 points of damage.
9 points. Okay, got it.
Oh, and it slows him down.
Yep, I believe so. Let me read it. It's reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay, got it.
Nice.
So as your lightning bolt cracks out, how does it like strike into Bull? Like, what does it look like?
I think it's like a direct bolt of lightning. It comes out, it zaps. It's almost like it's a line. Not a line, but like almost like coming from my hand, a whole strike of lightning appears. And it hits him like directly in the chest, and
The
like, kind of like
circuit
shakes
is-
him to his core.
Yeah, like the circuit is completing, and you're basically aiming for his heart, which would be most vulnerable for to the lightning. And you hit his feet with the Ray of Frost, and then hit him in the chest with that lightning bolt. And immediately he comes back. He's like, "That was a philosophical experience." And then he immediately is looking like he's about to die. He immediately just like stands up. His feet. He begins to slip on his feet, and it penetrates deep into his chest. Immediately he's on death's door.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Which we would then go to Kenneth. Kenneth is gone. We then go to Cowrie. Cowrie, what are you doing?
Bye, Ken.
Okay. Hi, Ken. I am going to pull out 32, and I'm going to. Do I count as flanking with Mud right here?
I will. Mud, give me a quick athletics check with advantage.
Alrighty. That is a 25.
25. I got a 15 for Bull. Mud, if you would like to in this moment, Bull is currently not facing you. If you would like to jump onto the back of Bull to like help Cowrie out with this, I will allow you to do that.
Absolutely.
So Cowrie, can get to you in 1 second. Mud, how do you jump onto Bull's back? What do you do?
His hands have sharpened into claws. The bones are like sticking out of his fingers, and he just sinks it into the thick, rubbery hide of Bull's back and starts climbing up that way.
Brutal.
And just and grabs his dorsal fin and pulls it back so Bull is looking up at him.
Okay. So Cowrie, what are you gonna do?
Okay, I pull 32 and I'm going to make an attack.
Go ahead and roll for me.
Avantage. Okay, that is a math 24 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
Woo. And so with sneak attack damage, it's 3d6. That is 12.
I believe in you.
16 points of piercing damage from 32.
Okay.
As I take 32 and the shark teeth, I like slash kind of where his rib cage would be, ? If sharks have rib cages, and the teeth like tear through his side.
Okay, got it. Mud, in this moment, do you want to have any kind of like rapport with Bull, or is it more just like a fury of like, I just need to kill you? There's no conversation here. Oh no, sorry, that was for Mud. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna hop back to you. No, you're all good.
Knowing what I do now about this man, sharks don't have ears.
They have little holes like this.
They have little holes. He's just got really human ears.
He's been deaf the whole time.
Anyways. I think Mud he hasn't fully explained to people. He hasn't told really anybody what he knows. Sorry, the music is getting a little loud. So
you're totally cool.
Just so I can. Okay, there we go. And so I don't think he's super eloquent right now. He's not like, he hasn't thought of anything to say. He's just thought of like, I think he's just like burning with hate, and he's just like to Bull, he's just like, I thought you put up a bigger fight, and then I'd like to break his dorsal fin.
As you kind of like
allow me to.
You hold on to that, and as you break the dorsal fin in half, immediately a bellowing scream comes, almost like an echolocation that would occur underwater. As Cowrie, as you rush up with 32, you described your sword eating into where his ribs would be, and if I can ask you something, would you say anything to Bull as he dies from your wound?
Man. I sort of, as I slash, and with Mud breaking his dorsal fin, and as he falls, I sort of, I look at the bloody blade and sort of turn it in my hand, and I look at him and I go, maybe I can upgrade a few of these teeth. Thanks for the fight.
You watch as this bellow comes out of him, and just as the blade digs deep into one of his lungs, it is probably the first time in Bull's life that blood begins to pour from his mouth that is not someone else's. As you, again, just glossy black shark eyes, you're able to watch as wordlessly he recognizes that his dorsal fin's broken. He's in a lot of pain. Someone that he considers nothing more but food just killed him. And whether or not this creature believes in the afterlife or any kind of philosophy like that, you know that if he had to go down to someone, this is the most disrespectful it could have been, as Bull and collapses onto the ground completely dead. As the 6th rung of the Shiver Gang has just been killed.
He's only the 6th?
But congratulations, guys. Good job.
Woo!
Whew.
Excellent work. And Kate, you and I talked about this a little bit earlier today. Just privileges of being together in real life. Anything you want to do before we are going to break from initiative order?
I just call out to the group. Anything anyone wants to take off his person?
Can I curb? No.
Say it.
Can Mud stand there like chest and shoulders heaving and just do the biggest stomp onto his face to just bust out as many teeth as possible?
Yes, as his body falls and you guys as blood begins to flow out of him, there was a possibility of like, maybe he's still alive and like still bleeding. The moment that Mud, you kind of crack off maybe 100 of his teeth and scatter them onto the floor, there's no chance this man is alive. Bull is 100% dead, like without a shadow of a doubt.
I just stand there pushing my boot into his head for like maybe too long.
Yeah, as just shouting out all there. Anything else? Anybody else wants to take?
I do actually want to get some teeth, I think. So
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like wiggle some out. And there are also the brass knuckles
Yes, left and right.
that I will pull them off, but I looking at them and looking of the party and thinking of who would get the most use out of them, Carrie kind of takes them in their hands and kind of looks at Mud and see if Mud is ready for conversation or if Mud needs a second. Oh!
That's a 19. Mud and drops his rage.
Okay.
Ugh.
I understand if you wouldn't want these, but you're the first person I'd think to have them.
I mean, do I have any specific memories of Bull besides his dorsal fin?
I'm going to say no. You don't. Again, it's just playing with amnesiac characters. You don't really remember anything besides his dorsal fin and just like maybe a looming shadow figure right underneath the water. Make sense?
Just because Moss can't figure out how to describe it, I think some way, I think Mud just looks at the brass knuckles and says, he was one of them. I just remembered. I remember the tiny boat they put us all in. And I remember my home vanishing over the horizon line. I'll take these. I don't know if I'll use them. And yeah, and he's just very like, he's saying things in a way of like he is like, knowing Mud, he's doing a very good job of controlling his emotions right now.
Okay.
Alright, it's safe. You can come over here if you'd like to take something.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Loot his corpse, steal his vest.
Can I do an investigation check to see if there's anything good worth taking?
Yes, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
I'll help you.
Okay, that's a good roll. Oh, that's an even better roll. Investigation, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay. Olive and her kind of like picking like at the remainder of the body. Besides left and right and whatever scattered teeth you wanted to collect, no possessions of any importance on Bull.
Okay.
Are the brass knuckles just like brass knuckles? Or
yes. So we can go into more in depth. Brass knuckles, the way that they operate in the rules of D&D, and I actually thought about this because they do not work in a way of like. Okay, in all honesty, if you want to use them as flavor, absolutely. For you, Mud, they actually wouldn't do anything additionally mechanically. They could work as like unarmed weapons basically. But the main allure of brass knuckles in D&D 5e is to upgrade your unarmed strikes from just your strength modifier to a D4 plus your strength modifier. Make sense?
Okay.
Toy.
I have a thing I'd like to do with them then, but I can wait too.
Let's move through all this first, but I definitely want to hear your ideas. Make sense? Killer. Anything? So nothing else on the body? Anything else people want to do?
After we've successfully eluded, I turn to Temperance, and I gesture to the body and I say, "Take out the trash, please."
And you watch as Temperance, probably the only beast that be able to, the only creature in this room right now that would be able to move Bull with like the ease, just like being comparable in size, grabs onto the ankle of Bull and then begins like kind of playing with the body, dragging it out, leaving a smear of blood going to the main entrance of the Terraborg Manor. And you're able to watch as Temperance, with a flick of the head, throws Bull's body down the elevated like walkway entrance, and then jumps down, and you're able to hear and begins tearing and eating at Bull. An appropriate end for a villain who only saw others as predators or food.
And as he does that, I will go over to the sitting room area and knock. "It's done. You can come out."
Okay, let me change the music real quick, and then let me just draw in the blood.
The blood. The
blood.
The
blood. Okay. Awesome. And then you call out to the sitting area. Cool there. Let me just.
Yeah, I'll give a shave and a haircut 2 bits. Knock on the door.
So jovial. And let me change the music. Levels are all good back there. Olive, shaving a haircut 2 bits onto the door as you're able to knock, and again, the massive locks, which are very accustomed in this house, begin to tumble and turn and fall as the door then opens up to the sitting room area. Let me just readjust the camera here real quick. Right to there. And inside, well, you can get Quick out of there. Actually, no, let's keep Quick there just in case you guys want to fuck with the turtle. You guys are able to see Calcite, Aragonite, and Fion. Just to move the tokens around to make it more accurate, even as the door begins to open, Fion has put himself fully in front of Calcite and Aragonite, just as a way of, like, before knowing who's coming in, even hearing your voice, is like, do I need to protect these kids? When you come in, he then, and he breathes out and then kind of steps to the side. With Carpet in a chair, sitting with his back to the wall, away from any kind of like obvious exits, as just this turtle comedian just kind of stands in the corner, just looking around.
Doing a type 5.
What's up?
I said doing a type 5.
Dude. and that's what you guys are able to see. What do you do?
You can all come out if you would like, or we can come in, whatever you're comfortable with.
Fion, just to give a better description than before, an older water genasi man, dressed in like almost, it's noble clothing, but more servant noble, if that makes any sense. Better dressed than any of you in just like a purely like regal standpoint, but in no way is dressed like a lord that has come to town or like a lavish pirate captain high off of his last heist. Clearly like a man of service, but a man of high service, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And he looks and goes, preferably to have everyone come in here just to ensure. I'll clean up the mess in the morning, making sure that everybody's accounted for. Miss Olive, are you all right?
I'm fine. You can take the night off, Fion, if you would like. This is way above your pay grade.
If I only assisted when times were well, what kind of caretaker would I be?
I give him a hug.
Fiona immediately hugs you, and you're able to feel in this embrace. He is very happy that you have returned home.
All right, everyone in. Now we'll get in there.
Yeah, we don't gotta be super. Yeah, you guys are in the room. You don't need to worry about the tokens that much. Actually, you know what I can do?
Can I just mad dog carpet?
Yes, you absolutely can. And actually, hold on. Can I do this? Look at me go!
Whoa!
Hey-yo.
I'm carried.
Why was I like so surprised by this shit? I was like, as if we haven't done this.
I haven't done it in a very long time. There you go. Oh god. Oh wait. Oh no.
I'm in the void.
There we go.
Hey,
Excellent. Scratch.
Yo.
Excellent. Okay. With all of you now in this sitting room, 2 wicker chairs. You're able to see like a table with a nice rug underneath all of it. You're able to see a wall piano off to the side. You're able to see doorways leading to like a back stairway leading up, as well as a full-length mirror and then paintings adorning the sides of the room. You guys are also able to see a grandfather clock on the western wall that shows the current time, which is not something that you guys have really had to think about that much in your previous adventures, because just in all honesty, it hasn't mattered that much. If it's daytime, it's daytime. If it's nighttime, it's nighttime. Make sense?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It is currently 11:25.
Okay.
And you guys remember this combat all started at 11 o'clock on the dot.
Damn. We move quick.
Yes, you do. And
Is
Mud.
everyone all right?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Is everyone all right? Talking to the group and the people inside, who are in this room as well.
Good.
Fionn, was everyone taken care of in the meantime?
Yes, it seems as though Aragonite and Calcite were not harmed during the altercation. However, Aragonite has been tending to the young Sharkin, whose name is. I just want to make sure that I get this correct. Just making sure that I give you all the information. Who says his name is Lian?
Lian?
Lian, yes, Lian. And Mud, as you're mad dogging Carpet, you're able to see that Carpet is he's twitchy in a way. You can see like his foot's kind of bobbling. His tail is like snaking around the chair and is nervously like thumping into the ground. Do you want to give me an intimidation check or an insight check?
Before I do any of that, can I have like any of that kind of like flashback, like? Can I do like an insight check on myself to see if like he evokes the same kind of feelings in me that Bull did?
What a great question. Give me a history check with advantage. And I'm gonna say
you mean herstory?
I'm gonna say I do mean herstory. And beat a 15 for me.
I give myself guidance because I have a +0.
Understood.
Hey, I didn't need the guidance because I rolled a 15 and a 16 +2 for an 18.
For an 18, Mud, as you look at Carpet in this new light very seriously, 2 things. Because you got an 18, 2 things here. Number 1, there is no flash of memory because if you guys can't tell what I'm leading up to, certain members of the Shivers gang you saw that day when everything went to shit. Now, who exactly did what, that's unsure, but like there are those like flashes of trauma reappearing to you, and Carpet does not invoke one of those images to pop into your mind. However, what you do put together in your head, Mud, you were young when it happened. And you were able to look and see that Carpet is probably roughly the same age as you. Carpet, clearly, like, again, 25 years old, just around there. And because of that, not only does he not evoke those memories, you would be surprised if, being that young, if he was even big enough to participate. You don't know if he was even a part of the Shiver Gang back when that happened. Make sense?
I we'll do an insight check then.
Okay, give me an insight check.
Ooh, it's okay. I'm not gonna use guidance because I don't think it's fun if I keep spamming it.
Yeah, it's whatever you want to do.
So that's just a 12.
Just a 12. Still incredibly nervous. And with a 12, he is nervous and he is looking directly at you now. And you're able to see he meets your eyes for about 1 second and then laser focuses down onto your feet and does not raise his gaze again.
I'll just cross my arms, but I won't say anything and I won't approach him.
Okay, excellent. So Mud, we're gonna handle that when we get to Carpet. Anything else? Anybody else want to interact with anybody else in the room besides Carpet?
I look around and I see the one person I don't recognize, the turtle in the corner.
Okay. Yes, you do.
And I say, "Excuse me, who are you?"
You see the turtle who's like looking at a painting on the wall go, "Hey there." He just speaks slowly. "Hello, Forge of Lore. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming to the table." And he goes, "The name's Quick."
Quick.
Yup.
What are you still doing here, Quick?
Couldn't make it to the door, so had to come in here. Enjoyed the party. Gonna be on my way.
Well, yes, you can take all the time you need now, Quick.
I'll need it. And Quick begins kind of putting one foot in front of the other.
Drew, did you say this guy was a comedian?
He did. I did, yes.
On the way out, I go, "Quick, can you give us a joke?"
He goes, you guys realize that Quick, we're not going to talk to him anymore, but Quick, it's going to take the entire rest of this conversation for him to even leave the room. This motherfucker moves at molasses pace on a cold winter's day. Okay, and goes, "Well, I'd be happy to. Why are pirates called pirates?"
I'm not sure, Quick. Why? Why are they called pirates?
Because they just are. Quick keeps on strutting.
Olive, I turn to your siblings and I go, "Why'd you hire the worst comedian on the island?"
Aragonite steps up and goes, "Let me tell you something clearly, her. That man kills every time he tells a joke."
Insight check.
Okay. Yeah, go right ahead.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Insight check. That's a 22.
Aragonite thinks this man is a riot. Those simple puns, loves that shit.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking saluting. Man, fuck Contra Luton Ken. Why don't we just spend an hour and a half talking to this dude?
Yeah. His tight 5 is more like a slow 10.
You're so right.
That's going to the quote book for sure.
A loose 10.
Loose 10.
Quick just goes real quick. "Pretend I'm not even here." And he starts moving towards the door, and it's going to take him a very long time to get out of this house.
Is it possible, like, when I'm standing in the room, I kind of want to position myself that I still can, like, keep an eye on the library doors? Because I don't really trust Ken not trying to finish his job.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's just my character, so, like, I think it'd be, like, kind of I don't know, like center of the room, looking at everyone, but behind everyone, but having eyes on the library door.
You know what? I'm gonna say no roll necessary. I'm gonna say let you just position yourself kind of behind carpet, towards where like that grandfather clock was, and you're just looking. You can look at carpet, but then you have your eyes locked on the library door when you're not focusing on people in the room. Make sense?
Yep.
Awesome. Super cool. Okay. Anything? And Calcite runs up to you, Olive, immediately, and just says, "Olive, are you hurt at all from the fighting?"
Just a little bit, but nothing a good night's sleep can't fix, so I'll be fine.
Yes, but allow me, please. And you're able to notice like a glittering, muddy substance that she had inside of a potion vial on her waist. She sprinkles this concoction out onto her hands, rubs it, and then goes up to like just, in a very caring way, to the bruises you would have on like your hips and your thighs and your side, and just kind of rubs and kind of like pushes it into like where your skin is exposed, and you will be healed 11 hit points.
Ah!
I hope that helps you.
It very much does, and I give her a big hug. Thank you.
A big hug. And she then immediately says back, and she then pulls back, and she does that thing where it's like she's still very close to you, and she holds you're holding her elbows, and she's holding your elbows, and goes, and also, by the way, you'll be very happy to hear that Carpet's mouth has healed. His teeth have grown back.
Good. Do you think he's ready to talk to people?
She pulls you in kind of close, and then she kind of whispers in Primordial, so that only you understand. So that her, if you want to fucking listen in, you definitely can. But just kind of speaks and just goes, in all honesty, Olive, he seems more scared than anything else. I don't. The stars have. I think they look down favorably on him. I'm not sure what his place is in all of this.
All right. I'll make sure that when we speak to him, we're gentle with him. It was a very scary thing he went through just now.
Yes. And Calcite kind of backs up, and it's like that thing where it's like she's calm because she's on drugs, and the drugs are slowly wearing off. And yeah.
You don't have to stay in here. You can... I don't think things will go badly, but if you want to take a moment, you can.
1 second. What kind of sister would I be if I didn't support you through something like this?
You're too good for this world, Cal.
Another hug. Another big sister hug.
Big hug.
Oh, sorry. Little sister hugging big sister hug.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we got all that there. Aragonite seeing you two hug Olive, he's kind of like back up against the wall, like kind of like foot propped up on the wall, and he just kind of grunts a little bit.
I don't pay him any mind.
Okay. Anything else from anybody?
I do kind of want to say, just kind of generally, but also kind of to Calcite and Aragonite, who invited the bull shark?
Calcite and Aragonite, like twin connection, look at each other at the exact same time. And Calcite goes, I thought you were the one who invited him. And Aragonite goes, in no way did I have that man come into my home. And immediately, I'm just gonna make a history check, just to like see if they can track it down, really. I'll do it with advantage, because, they're twins. Wow, same roll both times.
Twins.
Aragonite has to run through all of the like random like merfolk creatures, the Aquan creatures that were at this party, and you get the sense that like there were so many people here. Kara, I would say with your naturally super high passive insight, which I think you have, right?
I think my perception is higher than my insight, but just it's okay. It's pretty good.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll just say no roll required. Aragonite's kind of going through, and you get the sense at this moment Aragonite probably planned this party and Calcite went along with it. You realize, like, as Aragonite has to, like, kind of think about it for a good couple seconds, you realize that most likely the invitations spiraled out of control pretty quickly. And he doesn't even know how some people got invited, because it was like friends, and then their friends, and then their friends, and then their friends, until it got to just point of just like random strangers, basically.
Gotcha.
And he says, not a clue in the world. He arrived with the octopus man, but besides that, I couldn't tell you.
All right.
Let's keep a tighter guest list next month.
Next month's party is probably cancelled because I need to get this fixed before Mom and Dad get home.
Fair. I will turn to the rest of the group. Do we all mind if I approach Carpet? I relate what Calcite told me. I know he's involved with them, but from what Kenneth told us, it seems like literally he's on the lowest rung and almost died today. So I know tensions are high, but if we can at least start gentle, please.
Love how you're addressing the group and you're fully... This is to one person and one person alone. To asking your other scary dog not to bite me. To smell the cat through the door and be okay with it. Honestly, if he tells the truth, why not? But also, I will point out that even if he was the bottom rung, there are still people who would be beneath him.
If he's the bottom rung, how would there be more people beneath him?
Oh, they wouldn't consider the people beneath him to be people at all. They give him a shiny new collar and that'd be that.
Well, we don't even know if he was he could have been forced into this. We don't know either. So I agree with Olive. Let's go in calmly, see what he has to say, and go from there.
I'll let you guys take the lead. Out of game, that means I've been rolling maturity checks and they've slowly been decreasing, but it's not gone below a 10 yet, but it's getting down.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Mud.
Sorry that I beat the shit out of a guy in your house.
Thank you. Cowdy, anything you want to add?
I'm fine with gentle for now.
All right. And I will slowly approach Carpet, and I want to just sit in front of him or kneel in front of him so that I'm eye level with him.
Okay. Absolutely understood. Give me 1 second here just to make sure I have everything updated and ready to rock. All my information is up to date. And then I cannot wait. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I have to do so many little edits.
Actually, before I approach Carpet, say, perhaps it might be better to address him as Leon, which I guess is his real name.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll try. I'll see which sticks better. And then I will approach Leon.
Leon. Yeah. So Lian. Just L Ian, basically.
Leon.
You approach Leon, if that is how you would like to refer to him. And immediately, no insight check from any of you approaching. He is scared. He is incredibly scared, and that's very obvious. Actually, give me an insight check from all of you real quick, just to see if you can kind of maybe point out why he is scared.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
That one.
That one.
13.
21.
21? Olive and Cowrie? It's a bit of a coin flip. Not literally no clue whatsoever. Olive, you think he's afraid of people that are blue. He really, it could be anything. Her and Mud, for whatever individual reasons you would like to justify this with, you guys think that Leon believes he's going to die tonight. This is like where you just fought Bull, and Bull seemed largely unconcerned because in your minds, he was big, he was strong, he's won a lot of fights. Why would he think he's going to lose? Carpet knows that he's small, he knows that he's not that great in combat, and he thinks that you guys, after killing Bull, in his mindset, why not just kill him too?
I guess I'll take a kneel down next to Olive, and I'll put I won't touch him, actually. But her will... Is he still, like, looking at the ground?
Oh, yeah, he is fully just in the most, and no nature check necessary from any of you, in the most fully submissive position possible, like Animal Kingdom-wise, of, like, I'm little, I'm small, I'm not a threat, don't hurt me. Make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Leon, we just want to talk. We're not going to hurt you. We're not going to hurt you at all. You don't have to be scared of us. We just want to hear your story, what's going on, and I promise you, none of us here are going to hurt you.
Leon immediately looks up, and his first reaction, kind of looking at all of you, he says, "You're not gonna hurt me. Which one of you?" And he looks out and he just sees the smear of blood leading out to where Temperance is currently chowing down on Bull, and goes, which one of you killed Zambi?"
It was a group effort.
You say that, her, and not to cut you off, he immediately goes like, no, I have to know which one of you specifically killed him. Specifically.
Why?
Because that's the person I need to help out and give them what they want. I need to make sure they know that they're the new 6th rung, and I need to make sure they know that I know that. So I need to know which one of you did it.
Leon? That's not what this is about. Okay? You don't need to tell us, you don't owe us anything. Zambi came into my house and tried to hurt you, tried to hurt us, so we wanted to stop it. Not because of any power we wanted to take, but because what he was doing was wrong. And we wanted to stop it. And we wanted to help you. But you don't owe us anything.
I am going to need you to make... Honestly, I'm going to say it's... what? I want to say it's persuasion. So roll with your persuasion modifier. But I'm going to say this is like an empathy check. To be like, bro, just connect with me and believe me here.
Yeah.
Could I give all of the help options?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
And her, what do you say to help out?
I'll just say, you seem like a great person. We had so much fun with you at the party, and when Bull started attacking you, I think we all knew he was trouble and wanted to help you.
And Olive, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, Leon's initial response to you, her, is, and he goes, no, I was helping him because I was supposed to be the distraction, and so that was okay. That was a part of the plan. And then like Olive, your words kind of start to kind of crack that like shielding of that, like, again, it's a very like, it's almost like just to show the the difference here, like the parallels, where for Bull, the interaction with a group of people where it's like apex predator all the time, biggest and strongest, might is right in the world. You kind of get the feeling that you kind of crack through that understanding with Leon in saying that, the two of you in combination. And you watch as Leon kind of touches his teeth and then stops himself mid-sentence as you say that.
Take a breath, please. We had a chat with Kenneth Ward earlier, and he told us some things, and we just want to make sure things check out, or if there's something we missed, because personally, I think you are a much more honest person than 10 of Kenneth Ward's.
But I'm, and like, you can see, like, although the crack in that shield has occurred, it kind of almost like, not repairs, but like snaps back in a way where he goes, but I'm still useful though, because 9 Rows wouldn't have recruited me if I wasn't useful.
This is a way you can be useful for good, or whatever that word means to you. May I hold your hands? Or Finn's?
Oh, I need give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. Yeah, we get. It's almost a nat 20. 15.
With a 15, just you kind of like just to show the vibes here. The slightest movement to reach out for him, not even like pressuring him, it causes an immediate like full body flinch away. But then as you kind of like, again, almost like you're trying to calm like temperance, like a startled dog, you just kind of indicate that you literally mean no harm, and then slowly one of his arms comes out to like just in a way of like, it's just a fin, just a way of like switching back and forth, like back of the palm, front of the palm, like not knowing what you want him to do.
I just hold out my hands, palm up. If you would like to, just put your hands in mine. There you go.
He puts just one, again, very like rough sandpaper-y-esque skin, thick hide as he places his hand in yours.
I cover it with my other hand. Whatever, if any information you have about what the Shiver Gang was planning here, could be extremely helpful to us. And then you are free to do whatever you wish.
That last part deeply confuses him, but getting to that later, Leon says, okay, so I'm going to, because it's almost like right now he understands that you guys aren't going to hurt him, and he's pushing that understanding through his current worldview. Not that you guys are supporting it, but like it's going to take more than one conversation to break him out of the wave, like the way of understanding the world that he currently has. And he goes, and to make sure that doesn't happen, that you guys aren't gonna kill me, you are all the 6th rung, and you're very nice to me, and you have a great respect for me, and so I'm going to respect you by helping you now, okay?
And then we're even, okay?
And then we're even, and then I will help you with whatever you need, yes.
Okay, Leon.
Leon says, okay, so I'll start at the beginning. There were 6 members of the Shiver Gang a couple months ago, the way that I understand it. But after some information was spread around around the Fist and around the Fist colonies, they said that they had to add on a 7th to specifically avoid confusion, and immediately everybody here give me a quick history or investigation check. Mouse, I think you're muted. Okay, got it.
15 herstory.
Herstory, got it.
12.
12.
You said investigation or history?
Yes.
That's a 5.
A 5.
I don't know shit.
17 investigation.
17 investigation. Okay.
This was me casting guidance on myself.
Okay, all good, no problem. Olive, you immediately remember. You remember what Joe Jabber said back in the Triple S Tavern all those months ago. 6 minus 1 is 5, but plus 1, it's back to 6. 6, 6, 6. And he had a phrase and a saying that emphasized the importance of the number 6. And that kind of was like, oh, interesting there. And Mud, I'm gonna keep it real. You have earned this information through that roll, but I have no clue how you would know this. So I will actually.
You don't have to give it to me. It's totally fine.
Well, I will say Moss as a player, just to keep things moving along. The number 6 godly weapons, 6 prophets, 6 prophets that 6 champions that were passed by, 6 gods. All of these 6 being such an important number in this world, in these myths, in this history. You get the sense, Moss just kind of like putting that information together, that clearly the Fist is also looking into the mythos of all these weapons, and due to more like updated information coming out, they're editing the way they do things to avoid confusion. And also, just to be more clear about that, they wouldn't want the gang of apex predators to believe that they deserve the deadly weapons, the godly weapons, because that would just cause an immediate mutiny without any question. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Kenneth being like, I am special. I am the chosen.
So that's the first thing that he says to you guys. He then says, so the plan was, so we swam over to here, and then Kenneth, he met up with us, in the waters surrounding the grip isle, and then Nine Rose came up with a plan. He came up, with the idea of Kenneth coming in here, and no one was going to get hurt, and I was going to be helpful, and Bull was going to cause a distraction, because Bull kind of liked stepping on rungs, and so as everybody rushed over to help me and to stop him, Kenneth was able to get in and get the information and then get it back to them in a certain time frame.
What was the time frame?
Kenneth's job to receive the rest of his payment was to deliver the information to outside the carpal tunnels at midnight.
Can I do a perception check on the door?
Yes, absolutely you can.
Ho, ho, ho. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. No evidence of slime. No evidence of Kenneth camouflage. With a dirty 20, he is not in the immediate entrance room. Make sense?
Okay.
And also, by the way, because I'm just keeping my eye on chat, is there anything I can clarify that is confusing? Besides just general mystery stuff.
I just meant in general. It was in general. I just meant like, so much stuff is happening.
Oh, like just so general mystery, not because here's the thing.
Oh no, yeah, not you confusion, more mystery. Yeah, I just further it wrong.
Well, if I can ever clarify anything, because there is mystery, I can't just explain everything. But if I can ever clarify, just let me know. Make sense?
Yeah, you're good.
I got you, no problem at all. And then Leon then says, yes, Moss, what's up?
Oh, well, Mud was gonna ask something.
Please, go ahead.
What happens if nobody shows up at the carpal tunnels by midnight?
Do a quick history check to see if Leon was told that. Wow, that is a 19 on the die. He absolutely was. Nine Rose specifically said he burped at us. Nine specifically said that if no one showed up, and I'm saying this like directly, they're going in blind. They think something is there that they need to get and bring back to the fist. And you guys immediately remember the big blue X over the grip aisle from Tior's map.
Where?
That's with a 19. I'll just say that Leon just knows this. The theory was that there was going to be some information in the Terraborg library that would help them find it, because the carpal tunnels is a sprawling place. That's just a myth. I can't tell you anything about it because I don't know anything about it. No one really does, besides probably the oldest people here. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No one has known anything about the carpal tunnels in past my lifetime. And I look at the grandfather clock. What time is it?
It is 11:40 now.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Perhaps timely, because time may be of the essence here.
Who's waiting there at the tunnels?
Leon looks to you, Cowrie, and give me. I'm gonna do a quick perception check from Leon real quick. That is going to be a 17 from Leon. He sees the bloodied 32 kind of sheathed on your side, and you immediately, for the first time in this entire like 3-day extravaganza, this is the first look that you see from a Sharkin that is not inherently disrespectful to you as a Selkie. Make sense? And you see him be like basically fawning and being like, "Oh, I'm just a little guy," like for like in the most fucked up way possible. And
I'm this big. And
Leon goes, all of them. Well, not Bull now. Bull is gone, obviously. But we were all supposed to report back and then go into the carpal tunnels and find whatever needed to be found.
Okay.
And Olive, you have no information on the carpool tunnels.
1 second, I'm writing things down in my notebook that I have on my person.
I can read. I can do that for you if you need me to. I can help.
Leon, no.
Oh, okay.
Kenneth was not lying that there were pages missing in that book, not because he took them, but because I tried to look for information years ago and found nothing but torn pages. So I don't know who, or well, I know who, but there has been deliberate erasure of information about the carpal tunnels on this island. Does Olive know why, Drew? I don't want to speak above character knowledge.
Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Also, I'm having a great time, but this is just mud right now.
Just go like,
yeah, you good, buddy.
Sucking on lemons.
Dirty 20 investigation.
Oh, with the dirty 20 investigation. Olive and I'll say that, like, Olive's knowledge and Kate's knowledge kind of like connect in this moment where
Okay.
The three main factors of this being this. Terraborg Manor is away from the sea, further than the rest of the village. It's disconnected from the main canal system, number one. Number two, it's almost like, as you're asking that question, recontextualizing things. The heavy locks on all of the doors, and the extremely heavy locks, extremely heavy security on the library itself. It's gonna be more than three, whatever. The fact that this building is pre-constructed, like basically like a pre-planned building, and not like something that's made by native grip aisle craftsmen and blacksmiths and woodworkers, things like that. Yeah. And also the fact that you've never been. Also, your parents' horrible reaction to the mention of Umberly back in the Triple S Tavern in the Arbor. You get the sense that there's been erasure of the knowledge of the carpal tunnels, and specifically because of the Grip Isle massacre that occurred 40 years ago. And Olive, you're able to piece it together being like, oh, this entire building is constructed where every room can be a panic room. It's the idea of the Terraborgs, or at least your mother and your father, maybe not siblings, because raised differently, but Feldspar and Jasper, doing as much as they can from preventing that from ever happening again. Number one, by making this place like a fortress on this island, and number two, by erasing the information that they think may have caused it. Specifically pertaining to Umberly, specifically pertaining to the carpal tunnels. Make sense?
Yeah, I convey that to the group by saying, when I don't remember what my hometown used to be called, but it is called Remembrance as a way of honoring those that were killed in a massacre when my parents were young, and many of them, those that survived, hid in the carpal tunnels for safety, but the carpal tunnels, I believe, used to be a shrine to Umberly, and afterwards, I think my parents wanted to erase all memory of that day and look for whatever to cast blame on, and that is why there are pages missing from books, why they reacted so horribly, and like my eyes just like drift outside to like where I know the Chainbreakers are, and why the Chainbreakers cannot set foot on this island. So if there are and no more questions, we should probably take any advantage we can to get to the carpal tunnels before the Shiver Gang. But if anyone has any questions, please speak now.
Are we? What's the plan there? Are we searching for the weapon? Are we gonna fight them? Because if they're the higher rungs than Bull, if they're all together.
Hey, don't we have friends in the port who could come help us?
I don't think they can come any further than where they've docked.
Well, I mean, I don't know about shark people. I don't know if they have an actual boat or if they just swim across the land, but their base station is maybe their port. They're maybe shipped somewhere, so I don't know.
Leon actually chimes up because that was a very good idea, and says, "If it helps, we all swam here. We're actually used to sleeping while swimming. It's just something that we're able to do."
Hey, I want you to know this, Leon. If all things go well tonight, we're gonna be killing your former gang members, or something along those lines. I know I will literally not rest until they are dead, so I think you should just know that.
Give me an insight check as you say that.
Ooh. 18.
Oh, with an 18, two things flash across Leon's face. Number one, it's an immediate look, which you recognize as like, that's impossible. Like he looks at it. He looks at you like you just said, "I'm gonna kill God himself, and I'm gonna come back and tell you that I did it." The second look that you see is it's almost like reflexively taken away. Is one of relief that you said that you have the confidence to do that he has to kind of like stifle down inside of him.
Can I make an athletics check and try? And try and crush one of the brass knuckles in my hand.
I am stunned. I am speechless. Without a doubt, you can do that. Yes, I'm gonna say to crush a brass knuckle in your hand.
I cast guidance on myself.
This is going to have to beat I'm gonna say a 25, because this is just worn and withered shaped iron, and you did it. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Just hold on. Okay. What did it have to be?
25 or higher.
Okay. So that's 13 plus 8 is 21. Plus a 4 on the guidance.
You know, one of us could have used this. For an
You still have one more. It's fine.
Okay, great.
Oh, nobody's using it. I apologize. I'm fully taking them for character reasons.
You say that to Leon, and you see that flash of like, it's impossible, and then Leon sees you in your hand. Again, you're a scrawny, wiry dude, and he sees you put your thumb on one section and your fingers on the other, and you bend steel right in front of him.
I throw it at his feet. I'm saving the other one for your fucking boss. I have one more question before we can head out. I promise I'll make it quick. When you say recruited, was this a choice you got to make?
Nine Rose approached me, and I said to him, and we had the conversation, and I said that I couldn't even, it would be disrespectful for me to even be seen alongside all of these other incredible warriors, and he said, no, you're perfect, what we need you, you'd be perfect chum. And give me a quick, just nature check, everybody, just tell me if you beat a 5.
Oof.
I got a 6.
There you go.
I also got a 6.
Let's go.
19.
Plus 3 for a 9.
14.
And all of you are able to kind of like share glances around to each other as you realize that is just a little fun play on words, that Leon would make the perfect bait. And I'm just gonna say, just to make that very clear, Leon is so small and so nervous with his natural just inclinations. You get the sense that Nine Rose was planning on using that for situations like this, and has probably used it for situations like this in the past.
And to Mud's point, would the Chainbreakers be able to like meet us at the carpal tunnels, or is there literally like a barrier like preventing them from reaching Grip Isle?
No, I'll give you this for free. No barrier, but, and I'm just full DM honesty to stay in line with the world building.
Yeah.
If anybody from the Grip Isle sees you helping out the Chainbreakers, you probably can't come back here.
Yeah. Okay. I personally would not like to fight more of this gang. I'm hoping that if we're fast enough, we can get to the carpal tunnels and search before they can, so that if there's anything there, we find it before they do. I know with the time that this might be an impossible task, but Temperance can ride us there. I have means of getting some of us there. It's not far.
What if we catch them out in open water after they've searched the carpal tunnels with the Chainbreakers? I mean, I'm sure Leon could tell us where they're going, how to find them.
Mud, if I am seen helping Quara and Jordan, I will not be able to come home.
I mean, no, not here. I mean, out in open water.
That still applies.
Quick strategy check from everybody.
Intelligence plus proficiency?
Yep, intelligence plus proficiency. That's... Moss, that laugh was like, that's a negative.
15.
15?
11.
30, 20.
14, dirty 20. I feel like it's appropriate, Mud, for you to get the lowest roll there, because this idea of like because, and I'm going to say it's justified, fully is, the idea of let's go get him. I just crushed brass knuckles in my hand. What can stop me? The rest of you, like, taking the chambers out of the equation really quickly, and of course, not saying that you guys can't use them. You guys can do whatever you would like. Letting you guys know that fighting a pack of sharks in open waters might be suicide. Now, could you guys win that fight? I'm never gonna say no. Anything can happen. But if these apex predators act like how packs of sharks do, they're going to focus in on one of you and wipe you off the map, and focus in on the next one and wipe you off the map. And so they're not gonna like spread their resources out without good reason to. Make sense?
Yeah.
And also in open water where they all have swim speeds and they're all proficient in underwater combat, given that's dependent on certain like items or holding breath for some of you, maybe not the best tactical decision.
It's like we could take on Netlocks. There's a chance. Maybe. But there's also a chance that they squash us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mud will follow your direction.
Leon, is there anything else that you were told or that you know that can help us?
He just kind of racks his brain real quick. And nothing else that would help your journey at hand right now. You could go into his whole life story if you wanted to, but there's nothing else that would help this adventure right now, and the seconds are ticking by.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Thank you so much, Leon. Really. This has been a big help. We're going to do what we can. Please, do whatever you wish, but I would highly advise you to stay here where it's safe and get some rest. We will see you, and I look to my family and everyone else. We will discuss either later tonight or in the morning. But for now, we have to go now.
Leon looks at you and he nods and goes, I will stay here and wait for you to return, and then I will then be told what to do after that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, awesome. And he's like, and you see him be literally thumbs up basically and be like, great, I'm doing a good job. You know what I mean?
Right back at you. Okay.
What's the time before we run out of the room?
You got about, right now, I'm going to say it's still 11:40. You got about 20 minutes until they were told to go in blind.
Perfect.
Okay.
What's up?
I've got 40 feet of movement and one druid spell left. I could, if speed is what we need, I do have a spell called I'm going to use my last druid spell to cast Longstrider, who is the slowest of our group. I'm actually gonna do it on Olive. I'm gonna cast Longstrider on you for an hour. Your speed is increased by 10 feet.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hold that for a hot sec. As we're leaving, I will whistle for Temperance.
Temperance.
Just letting you know, I'm also converting sorcery points for a spell slot.
Actually, let's take a quick 10-minute break.
That would actually be great.
And we can do we can do tactical planning stuff. We can go to the bathroom. We can get snacks and stuff. Oh my god! And Moss can fade out of existence. Look at that.
My hero.
But yes, hope everybody here is having a great time. Are we all having a good time so far?
Yes.
Yes, and yes. Okay, and it is time to get to the carpal tunnels. But we're going to cover that when we are back. So hope everybody is having a good time. Anybody that's still here, still watching, Forge Lore, appreciate you. Thank you for coming to the table, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Peace out.
Woo. Oh. Woo. Oh.
And we are back. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are. So just make sure. So have we gotten all the strategic stuff out of the way that we wanted to do beforehand?
Yes.
Just like overall, like here's what I have to help out, because of course I want to get your guys' opinion on things. So if you guys are going to be heading to the carpal tunnels, just real quick, you guys rush out of the front door of the Terraborg Manor. You guys immediately hit the coastline. You instantaneously see the desecrated corpse of Bull, who has been picked down to sinew and bone. His like almost like the meat, like when you see the slabs of like tuna or salmon, and they have the skin attached, and then you're supposed to like cut the skin off and then just cook the meat of it. Imagine if you just had the skin. That's what it looks like with Bull, where it's bone and then the bottom section of skin, and there's really not much else left. Temperance was hungry, and Temperance is now satisfied.
Yucky.
I whistle for Temperance.
Immediately right there with you.
I can transport two of us, if not there, close enough. Mud and her, do you feel comfortable riding on Temperance? Bless you.
Let's do it.
I look at Temperance and point at Mud and her. And I point in the direction of the carpal tunnels. Carry them, the two of them, that way, please.
Temperance immediately gets down onto his little like ankle joints as a way of like basically like a horse getting low for new riders to let you guys get on his back. Back. Okay, got it. Awesome.
Yep, sounds good.
And then you just tell Temperance just to run, and Temperance immediately and is gone and immediately books it.
I point him in the direction, and I will turn to Carrie and I say, "Do you trust me?"
Always.
I will take their hands and I will cast Dimension Door and teleport us 500 feet, I believe,
Damn.
the range. 500 feet. You let me know, Drew, if that gets us to or close to the carpal tunnels.
I'll definitely tell you that will get you like close. Okay, so distance is gonna get a little bit weird here and everything like that. But I would say that is a significant distance, and if we're gonna go off like combat rules, that'll get you a pretty far way. As you appear in front of Temperance, hauling ass with Mud and her on the back. It's a beautiful scene. It's the middle of the night. It's a light evening. The only like sound around you are the crashing of waves upon the shore, and it's as the wind is whipping in your face as Temperance is just like brum, 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 and it's just tearing up the coastline.
Mud eats like 8 flies.
Mud,
I'm
you
holding on
to
to Temperance
catch them in your mouth.
I'm holding on to Temperance for dear life so I don't fall off.
As you guys keep hauling it, you guys are able to see Olive and Cowrie immediately appear in front of you, and then do you guys just start running, or did you guys swim? What do you guys do?
If we can swim, I think that'd be. I think my swim speed is the same as my walking.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, I think I'm. Oh gosh, I always forget what I.
Your swim speed as a seal is 45 feet.
Swim speed. 45.
I believe so. Or is it 40?
45. Yeah, then I'll jump into the water. I'll just be sneaky. They just won't see. They just won't see. They won't into a seal and go so quick.
I will say,
so speedy.
For the ease of the transport, you guys stay like you're only like maybe 6 or 7 feet deep. Okay. You're in water. Sorry, you're in water that is like 4 feet deep, enough that you could comfortably swim. Cowrie in your seal, or in your seal form, like you're basically breaching the entire time. Like you're not fully submerged, and so you could easily get back onto the shore if you needed to. Olive following closely behind.
I gotta.
You got it. Teacher.
Yes.
I surge.
Oh!
I cast a spell. I rolled the thing, and I surge.
It is time. It is that time of the evening.
It's that time.
Please roll for me,
Bestie. I have 11 hit points right now.
I know. I'm sorry.
As a seal, I do, Moss. So do not worry.
Fuck. I always forget how to read this thing. Drew, how do I read this orb? How do I read this orb?
Look at it from top down. It's the number in the center.
Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Just guess.
Or you can just
Try
say a
your
number
best.
and just lie. I mean, it's a 1 in 100
Follow your heart.
54.
chance. 54.
No, 72. 72.
Okay, all right.
Also a good number.
It ruins the magic if you change the number. Okay, it's up at 72, you say?
Yeah, 72.
I think 53 on the original Wild Magic Surge table is Fireball. So
What the fuck?
Fireball.
What the fuck is that?
You can do it at 54 if 72 is dumb.
Nope.
Or so- nope. Okay.
Olive in the water, racing towards the carpal tunnels, and I'm so happy that I am able to kind of get into like the more arcane elements of this as soon as possible. You hauling ass as Cowrie and Temper, just from your swim speed, they both begin to pass you as you just move slower than they do in the water, with Temperance having an insane movement speed. As they start whipping it, you begin to hear, growing closer to the carpal tunnels, you begin to hear, "Yes, please, faster. Yes, of course. Yes, please. Onward, yes, of course." And you begin to hear like echoes of not one voice, but many voices, all older, but you don't see any figures. Again, more rarer in that sense. But you begin to raise up out of this shallow water. And as you begin to raise up out of this shallow water, I can tell you exactly what the fuck is this?
You raise me
Yo.
up.
I need to make sure that I have all this accurate. You begin to raise up and out of the water, like your waist essentially emerging out, and her and Mud and Cowrie, you're all able to see this. You're able to watch as Olive begins to be supported and begins to race ahead of all of you with waves trailing up her legs, causing her to, again, like almost like levitate above the sea itself. And all of these waves, everybody here can be a perception check.
And me?
Yes, and you as well.
25.
25.
16.
16.
13.
13.
That's a natural 20 for 26.
That's a natural 20. All of you are able to work. I can't give that much for a natural 20 just because it's like a visual thing. You guys are able to look. These waves just like, again, circling around her like it's a whirlpool that's elevating her. You're able to notice that these waves, just for a moment, almost look like humanoid bodies holding onto Olive and hoisting her up before being sucked back into the current of themselves before new figures take their place. And Olive, Kate, with that wild magic roll, you are going to gain the benefits of an aquatic phantom steed for the next 1 week, and your aquatic movement speed has now been upgraded. Your swim speed has been upgraded to 60 feet for the next week.
She's so
It was meant to be!
Well, it's not like that's going to. I don't know if that's going to help you in the completely underwater dungeon that I had planned.
I'll still take it. You said aquatic steed and what?
It's an aquatic phantom steed, and I'll tell you more about like what a phantom steed does, like rules wise, in a little bit. But we're gonna kind of change this so that it affects your swim speed specifically. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
The swim speed is 60 now.
Your swim speed is 60 feet for 7 days.
Holy moly.
That is wild.
Damn.
So I picked the right number.
Yes. It was a 1 in 100 chance. You did pick the one number, yes.
What was 54?
Oh, I didn't even look. We don't got the time. Oh, okay.
Killer.
So as you all see these like aquatic phantom beings begin lifting and supporting Olive, as it's almost like those guns that people can use to like support themselves like out of the water, as Olive begins to and just skirt across the coastline going towards the carpal tunnels.
It was meant to be.
Okay, and you guys absolutely haul it. Now, with that, I'm going to say that all of you are able to give me this with advantage. I'm going to need a... I'm going to say it's going to be a dexterity check with advantage to see how fast you guys are able to get there. But all of you have a way of moving faster than just running there, so it's going to be pretty quick. And also because Olive and Cower with the head start.
Would we use Temperance's stats or our own?
Dear God, you would.
I rolled
who
an
wants
18.
to roll? You rolled an 18.
Wait, what's my seal?
You want to roll to
dex?
see if you get like a 20 or something?
Yeah, I'll roll to see if we get higher for Temperance.
Where did Temperance's
I
card
got a
go?
17. Take the 18 plus Temperance's stats.
Temperance gets a +6 to dex checks.
All right, so
24.
24?
Yep.
And what did Olive and Cower get?
I got a 17
17?
as well.
I got a 21.
Okay. That is incredible from all of you. And as you guys are able to race, do any of you have any like clocks on you or anything? I don't think so.
I got
No.
blubber.
can you ask the bag man to pull out the clock real quick?
The Batman has vanished? Question mark from
They're
my
a seal
person?
right now.
Oh yeah.
Fucking if
don't
Kenneth
know.
could shove himself through a keyhole, then you're a seal in Cowrie cosplay. Like if that makes any sense.
I think Olive has a good internal clock.
Yes, okay. With great dex checks all around, with you guys absolutely hauling it. You guys, Olive, never taken here as a child. Maybe on like nighttime, like teenage walks of like, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be back here. Like, in that kind of rebellious way. You guys come across this, again, remember, it goes sea, a minor coastline, and then it goes into that kind of like very light forest that then kind of leads to like the center of the island. You guys are able to see a massive rocky cave structure, maybe only 20, 30 feet beyond the actual shore, like beyond the actual ocean itself. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And this cave structure is large enough that it would mimic a 20-foot tall, like, archway, basically. And inside, you're able to see that there is there's a bit of sand, a bit of rock, but then it immediately disappears into just like a pool of seawater, essentially. Almost as if it's like lower than the sea level. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody please give me an investigation check. It's gonna be like a DC 10.
5.
5. Okay.
That's a 3.
That's a 3.
14.
14.
That's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20.
Whoa! Run with the crits.
It was on the dice again. The dice that you gave me, Kate.
Now with that, her, Moss, I'm gonna give you some more stuff. Her immediately.
Makes no sense.
No, this makes a lot of sense. Looking from like again this like giant cave entrance over to the shore, you scan the sand, and you don't see any disturbances of the sand besides just waves crashing on the shore, and that immediately tells you that the Shiver Gang has not entered into the tunnels yet. You guys beat them. By how long? You're not entirely sure, but it's not midnight yet. They have not entered in yet. And Mud, you get the sense that it is slowly approaching that time, and that they have to be somewhere near to here. Maybe 100, maybe 200 yards off onto off into the ocean, but soon, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, maybe 5, maybe 2, soon these sharks will beach themselves.
Are we there?
You are there, and so right now I'll say that you guys have this like overgrown cave entrance to like your left, and then you have the ocean to your right.
Okay.
With coastline in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do we try to get them on land, or we try and get in before they get there?
Let's take advantage of this time we have and get in before them. I've never been in the tunnels, but Mud and her, they are tunnels. So if you have any apprehension after the arbor, I would completely understand if you're not comfortable following us in.
Mud?
Got your back. I won't let you drown.
You stick with the team then.
Okay.
Thank you. Also, I literally cannot drown, but thank you. I appreciate the sentiment.
I was more talking to
Yeah.
the only other person
yes.
who could.
I don't think. Can you drown her?
Me? Oh.
No, I just hold my breath. So we're all
I appreciate the we appreciate the sentiment, Mud.
Can I drown? No. No.
You have that. You have that. Oh, I don't know if Mud can physically drown.
I mean,
Man, my lungs been filled with water.
I have a swim. My ring of swimming just lets me swim fast, but he's still dead. So.
I think if you have a swim speed, you can just automatically breathe. But we'll just say that like you just go, and you just fill your lungs with water intentionally, and you just can't drown. So you're,
I mean, he also has a giant hole in his chest, so that
like
where his lungs
just
would
drains.
be. So I think he's fine.
it's like it's like a popped cyst. It just keeps coming.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So the
So,
water just goes through.
Okay.
quick mechanics question.
Yes.
If you don't have a swim speed, like me, what is it?
So for you is super interesting. We're gonna do some like custom stuff for you because most of your stuff is lightning based, and so because usually the way that it works is if you're swimming and you don't have a swim speed, melee attacks have disadvantage. Because however, like I don't have the rules up in front of me, whatever. I don't know the exact minutia about spell details, but most of your spells are electric based, which means they're gonna have increased advantages and increased disadvantages underwater. Make sense?
Oh, lovely. But for swim speed, would I just take my walking speed then, or is it decreased?
I think it's difficult terrain.
It would be difficult terrain, yes.
Oh, fuck me. All right, yeah, this is great. Let's go.
Okay.
I will lead the charge into the tunnels.
Okay, leading the charge into the tunnels. Let me get the proper music up then, and we can hop right...
Secret tunnel.
I will be very far behind everybody. I got a swim speed of 15.
Oh yeah, I'm speedy now.
What's up?
Can her ride on my back?
Aww.
Can she kind of hold
Okay.
on, and we kind of.
Her, would you help Cowrie with that?
What do you mean?
Would you want to assist Cowrie with the role that I'm about to make them make?
Oh,
How would I help them?
Just by not creating too much drag.
by kicking?
I'm as light as a feather. I am full
That's
of
true.
air.
That's so true.
Excellent. Cowrie, I want you to give me an athletic check with advantage. I want you to beat a 13.
Let's go.
Guidance.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Advantage.
You can.
Where's my D4? I can't pick it up. It's so pointy. Ooh. Athletics?
Yes.
15.
15.
Yay!
In a surprising bout of strength from Cowrie, you are able to help her swim, and you are honestly seals. Bunch of nice comfy blubber, but a bunch of muscle as well. That tail is very powerful, and you are you're able to essentially give her your movement speed underwater.
Perfect.
Nice.
Excellent.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Light as the board. Okay. Now, automatically, you guys are able to reach this entrance, and you guys are able to see it's overgrown with moss and with vines and with some flowers sprouting, of course. But it's not, and of course, the nature is beautiful if you choose to view it as that. But Olive, even with all of you, this is from the sign of, it's like when a mansion is overgrown and it's uniquely beautiful in that way. This is from a sign of abandonment, like disrepair, basically. And the initial entrance area, you can see it above the water and rippling right beneath the water. Carved on the ceilings, carved on the floor, like the steps leading down, carved on the walls, are these signs of people, images of waves, and then people beneath the waves praising the water itself in these signs of worship. And they're either like bowing or kneeling, or they have their hands clasped or their arms raised. But it's easily thousands of people carved that are all doing the same thing, which is worshiping beneath the sea. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys taking the plunge?
Yeah.
All right. Stepping into the water. Immediately it's cold. It is cold, still salt water. It is frigid.
Polar plunge.
You all get 6 packs. It is so... And
I get a 3.5 because of the hole in my chest.
3.5. Now I do have a question. There's no light source beneath the water here. Does anybody have any way to illuminate the path ahead of you?
I do, but it comes at a cost.
I'm seeing if I have any torches.
Well, how would the
Wait, we're
torches work
underwater.
underwater?
Oh.
You got the calorie. Damn it.
I have a candle.
I could wild shape
How so? Into
And-
what?
into my starry form.
Oh.
Oh.
And I shed bright light in 10-foot radius and dim light an additional 10 feet. But it
Oh, it's
lasts
like
for
20
10
feet.
minutes.
So that'd be like 20 feet of light.
That would be 20 feet of light, yeah.
It only lasts for 10 minutes, though.
So we want to go for a guarantee and spend that resource, or do we want to go for a cantrip and whatever shit I cook up?
Wait, what would happen?
Whenever I cast light, I automatically surge because of reasons.
What? How do I only know this right now?
That happened during Escape the Arbor.
I just thought that was part of I thought, like, the pumpkins for David as the skeletons for David as pumpkins, it just was a part of it. I didn't know it was, like, a thing.
No.
Huh?
Do you not know that SNL skit?
You really sounded like that one, like a Mace Windu thing of like, a minute ago you didn't say you want to get captured, now all you want to do is stay? Just like, what the fuck did you just say?
What the fuck did you...
Okay, so what are we doing? Unless you want to just swim in darkness and just feel the carvings along the way.
I have dark vision, I think. Wait. I do not have dark vision.
Okay.
Wait.
If you want to swim in darkness, you certainly can. I'm not going to stop you.
I can light the way, but it comes at a risk. If we're willing to take that risk. But if someone has something more guaranteed, if you'd prefer that, I won't be offended.
Are we under the
Shut
water
up,
right
Drew.
now?
It's whatever you guys... I'll say that you guys are just about to... Yeah, what's up?
I am going to take my starry form, and this time I am not going to take the form of the archer. Instead, I will take the constellations glow and shift and bloom, and right where the hole is in Mud's chest is where the light shines the brightest. And it connects in these different pattern of lines than the one you saw before as he takes the constellation of the dragon. When you make an intelligence or a wisdom check or a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, you can treat a roll of 9 or lower as a 10 on the d20.
Okay, awesome.
I'm going to shed light in a 20-foot radius.
Okay. And that is an absolutely just a beautiful image of this incredible light shining from this deep injury in your chest and lighting the way from your new compatriots. And my first thought was like, oh, he's like a hooded lantern. It's like he just turns and it just shines on everybody's faces. But no, that is absolutely wonderful.
Your high beams are on.
No!
As a warm light illuminates the tunnel going forward, you swim down. Presumably, you guys are all like waist height right now before diving deep, like fully submerging yourself and going into the tunnels. Anything else that wants to be done before that?
Oh, Olive, this is probably the weapon for you, I think. So just be careful not to blow us up, okay?
Okay.
Cool. I just,
Oh, I thought you were giving me something.
No, I'm asking not to be thrown 60 feet into the air again.
I can make no promises because it might not even be here, but I will.
Okay.
I can make no promises.
Okay.
Mud has had the godly weapon this entire time.
Oh.
Like sword swallowing.
Where are the letters?
Like that frog that David Blaine kept in his throat for like 10 minutes of an interview.
Oh, yeah.
The frog that lives in Tom Holland's mouth.
Oh, God. I can't really explain it. I haven't got the words.
Do we get the sense that Mud's story form is enough light to guide us through?
Yes, and I will say to her and Mud specifically, this is, first of all, the tunnels are wider than these caverns are wider, and these caves are wider than the tunnels you were navigating in the arbor, and also there is more light being cast ahead of you. So I can't say there wouldn't be anxiety there, but it's like, it's not the same situation. Makes sense?
Okay.
And these withered carvings continue. You keep swimming down, and you go deeper and deeper and deeper until you can no longer see the exit. You can no longer see, or like any night light from the stars and the moon shining through, where it is just mud illuminating the path forward. And after roughly, like probably 10 feet of decline, and then maybe 20 feet going inward, like just swimming laterally, the tunnels end. The tunnels stop. And you are able to see that the carvings abruptly end on either side, and the wall directly in front of you is completely barren of any carvings or signs of religion whatsoever. And can I get an investigation or perception check from each of you?
Hey, Drew.
What's up?
So it says if I can count any roll beneath a 10 as a 10.
Yes.
For stuff. What if I roll a 1? Like hypothetically.
You know what? I'll say this. Given you are literally illuminating the path forward for a perception check, I will say that overwrites a nat 1 in this circumstance.
Cool, then that's a 16.
Okay, excellent. What did everybody get?
What was the check?
It's a perception.
Cast guidance on Olive.
Oh, awesome. Guidance. Perception or investigation?
18 perception.
18?
25 perception.
25?
That is a 13 perception.
13? Olive, you're able to see that this is, again, withered from 40 years under seawater. That will take a toll on anything, whether it is stone or metal or plastic exists, whatever. This is not a naturally forming wall of this cave. You're immediately able to see slight indents into like certain sections every like 6 inches of length and every like 3 inches of height, and you're immediately able to recognize, oh, this entranceway was walled off. It was bricked off, basically. And you can immediately think of the community that did that. That just makes sense given the history. However, for Cowrie and Mud, and for her, an Arcana check, please.
Oh, I can count this as a...
6.
Guidance. Oh, 19.
19.
13.
13.
Wait, I lied. It's not a 6. It's an 8. I thought it was -1, +1.
Cowrie,
Hey.
the world expands. No. It is not a door. Okay, excellent.
Opportunity.
Oh god, low intelligence rocks. Okay. Speaking about low intelligence rocks, given it's a wall and just literally rocks. Okay, so switching gears. Mud. There's as you kind of begin to investigate this wall, you realize that it was originally mortared. It was originally, like, no magic was used to place this barricade here. However, you look and you're able to see that in a way, these rocks, these bricks are not perfectly laid. They're offset in a way that would be very simple for any kind of like craftsman to recognize. And you're also able to see that some of these like kind of offsets of like corners touching top pieces and top pieces touching corners are starting to like mold together basically in a way that would not be naturally occurring just from erosion. And you get the sense with that. What did you get again? What was your exact number?
19.
19? These bricks were taken apart by someone that wasn't a craftsman, and then the wall was then reformed magically.
I tell that to everybody. The wall was reformed magically. I broke him. Snapped him in half.
I don't know if this is possible. Could we do like an insight check to see, or like some sort of check to be, to see if this was reformed magically, if the weapon would even be down here, if they already took it?
That is not a check that you could make at the entranceway right now. That's basically a way of being like, am I omnipotent? Yes? All right, let's leave. Like,
I was just
no, you're totally
ideas.
cool. You're good.
Question.
What's up?
From that Arcana check, can I tell if us trying to break down the wall will be like, oh, here's a stone golem.
No, not a problem at all. I'm going to say, going off of all those great checks from before, you do not get the sense that there is any kind of magical, arcane forces keeping this thing upright, or any kind of traps that can be detected. It just seems like this was just reformed magically, and it just is a wall. A thin brick wall, but a wall.
Could I cast knock on the wall?
You 100% can. It is an entryway technically, so I would count that.
Yeah, it's a object can be a door, a box, a chest, a set of manacles, a padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access.
What is a wall but a door without a latch?
Das ist true. Das ist true.
All of you extend your hand out, and with no other checks from anybody else necessary, you are able to, and with a pulse of like a green ring of magic, you're able to watch as the bricks, and they slam into the floor of the tunnels further down with puffs of just soot and sand rippling up as you just opened the gateway into a section of these tunnels that have not been seen in 40 years.
Yep. Just keep swimming. Just
Can
keep
I
swimming.
like try and like put it back up together behind us to kind of look, I don't know.
Someone's got to make a sleight of hand check.
How big is the opening?
The opening, it again, you get the sense, given this is like a religious site, it's about 10 feet wide. Although, let's do a luck check, hold on. You guys only blew open maybe like 5 feet of it, like you didn't take down every single part, because again, they were kind of melded together, so it's only like a 5 foot.
5 feet, you say?
Yes, 5 feet.
Okay, so the range on this isn't very big. I could always burn a spell slot and do silent image instead. But as we go past it, I'm going to cast minor illusion behind us to make it look like the brick wall is still there.
Okay.
I mean, if they break it down, they're just like, whoa. But maybe.
Okay. Awesome. I'm sorry, sparkly magic, not rippling, not fucking like electric magic. It's and all of the bricks, you just see like images of them begin to and just begin to like again, totally incorporeal, can just be passed through, but it's a perfect replica of what it was before. Excellent idea. And with that, any questions, any comments before you guys continue deeper into the tunnels?
Just keep swimming.
Swimming.
We got go.
Swimming.
With that nat
what's up?
20 investigation check, can I? And it might not even be technical it might be some because of maybe some of the nature of what mud is in relation to those who fucked him over.
Okay.
He might just have maybe like a little tingle in the back of his head of like maybe how far away they are, or I don't know. I don't know if you'd allow that. That's like a little bit crazy. But like the idea. I don't want to. I'm trying not to make him like a Mary Sue. I promise.
No, I understand. I got you. You know what? I'm gonna say, the further we get into this, I will have you roll perception checks to feel slight vibrations in the water, but it will have to be a nat 20 to feel something that subtle. That kind of make sense?
Got it.
Got it, okay. Because it's really interesting. Without the interference of, like, the revenge god himself, it'd be kind of weird to be like, I hate you so much that I know your exact address. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got your fucking zip code, motherfucker. I'll
yes.
dox your ass.
Okay. This wall broken down, continuing forward. The tunnels begin to open up and splinter off into different rooms and areas. Again, all subterranean, all clearly decorations carved into the ceilings and the floors. There are stairways for those that just are like heavier that want to walk down or walk up, but largely you are able to swim in this three-dimensional space without having to kind of conform to gravity that much. That kind of makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you begin to swim past rooms. Again, no doors, very open communal spaces, and you're able to see, carved from the same rock that the caverns are made of, tables and chairs for dining areas. You're able to see wider circular tables with old, like, chests and books and documents that have withered away under this water, in like meeting rooms and things like that. And you're also able to see small sequestered rooms with little altars inside, as if devoted specifically to prayer. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm just gonna say, everybody here give me a quick survival check to see if you can, because again, massive interlinking chambers here of like rooms leading to other rooms, and there's no clear guide of where you need to go. So it's a quick survival check to see if you can find the path going forward.
Sure, that's in that 20.
Holy shit!
Dirty 20.
Dirty.
Hey! 14!
Hey! I rolled a 14.
Hey!
Well, Carrie, I will say that you're pretty good at clearing these rooms pretty fast and being like, and just kind of like swimming in, swimming. That curiosity of any things? What is this? Excellent, and then kind of moving out and away. But in terms of finding the right path going forward, kind of Carrie picking up those details, being like, arf, there's a meeting room in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rest of you immediately get the sense of seeing that you can moving back up. You guys can know the way you came, but moving deeper, you were able to feel the water get colder and colder the more you progress down. And you get the sense that as you kind of like look towards the caverns, the erosion is more significant the deeper you go, and the caverns themselves are aging the further you go into them. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you wanted to get to, again, mentioning that knowledge from before, the oldest parts of these tunnels, you should continue in the way that allows you to go deeper and deeper into the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Mud. Perception check.
Oh, no. I'm not gonna stop.
It's gotta be a nat 20.
It's a 4.
Okay.
Ooh.
Excellent. Now, you guys continue down into these caverns, and at this point, even those that have have swim speeds and are very comfortable underwater, this is cold. You're not at risk of like hypothermia or any kind of like sickness or injury, but this is like frigid water that has never seen the light of day. If you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
My joints.
We're all gonna be so shredded. You reach the oldest section of the caverns, and you realize that there are no more common rooms, like kind of like the carved out sections that are denoted to like certain activities or room placement. That is gone. But instead, the caverns become tighter, and the walls become deeply carved into, not with designs, but with these gaps leading into them. So imagine a cave wall, and then imagine almost like a flat slat going into the cave wall, a carved out section going maybe 2 or 3 feet up, and then it curves back to you, almost like a bunk bed kind of. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. Perception check from everybody.
13. Oh.
I need to move people around.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? What everybody get?
18.
18.
13.
13.
No, I already said my roll. I'm not
Okay, got it.
giving myself guidance.
All right. So, and then, Cowrie, anything? You're muted?
Sorry. 22.
Okay, got it.
Damn.
I was moving things around there. I'm sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Who was the lowest roll there? Just trying to keep everything.
I got a 13.
Okay, everyone just reset your numbers. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
18.
13, 18,
22.
22, and
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
So me.
Got it. For everybody else but you, Olive, you guys are able to look around and see the signs of, like, whether you've seen it in your personal life, whether you've read about it, you immediately recognize that, like, there are no pillows, no sheets. These are not meant to be beds. Instead, these are final resting places. Catacombs where bodies are placed and ceremonially wrapped, and you realize that the deepest section of this cavern, what you are currently within, this is for those that worship Umberly, to be as deep in the sea as possible, to lay them to rest as close to her as they can. It would only make sense that the deepest section of this cavern would be the first constructed or first renovated, and then the place where all this would occur. And also a deeply ceremonial place. And Olive, the reason that you don't kind of clock any of that kind of catacomb stuff is because your eyes immediately fixate not on the walls around you, but on the floor. Because you got to remember, this place has been ignored for the last 40 years. And through any kind of environmental changes, any kind of current shifts, you imagine that having a place be underwater with things that are constantly moving, it would need constant upkeep. It wouldn't be impossible, but ignoring something for 40 years would destroy most of the organized things unless they were either very heavy or designed to not move. And Olive, your mind fixates immediately on the top section of a humanoid skull on the ground in front of you.
Can I pick it up?
Yes. Do me pick it up and give me an investigation check.
Shit, Jesus Christ.
Guidance.
Investigation, you said?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
Ever so brittly you pick this skull up, having been underwater for maybe not 40 years, maybe hundreds of years. You're able to look at certain abnormalities towards like where the ears would be, like where the ears would be, and you realize that the skull has like these certain small biological differences, indicating this is a genasi skull, a water genasi skull specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an Arcana check.
That is a 15.
The 15. Holding this skull in the oldest section of the carpal tunnels, you're able to hear in the back of your mind very quickly, "You've got it then. Keep going forward." And you hear the echo of a genasi voice. Echo, stop listening.
Do I see a place where the skull was supposed to be? Like where it had fallen from, or?
You pick that up, and you are all able to see different cavern paths leading to, on your west, your northwest, your northeast, and your east, as indicated on the combat map that I pulled up right there. Simply let me know what direction you would like to head, but you do not see an obvious body that is missing the top section of its skull.
Okay. I'll hold on to it, and which direction is forward from where I'm standing, holding the skull?
Survival check from everybody.
Wait.
We're rolling a lot of dice this session.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Guidance to Olive.
Nat 1.
Okay.
Oh. 17.
17 for her. You are the farthest
For
away
10.
from the sky you've been in a long time. Very uncomfortable feeling for an air genasi.
Yeah, no, not fun.
Also, no air. Just
Supposed to be air.
Cowrie,
No.
the path to your northwest, you can feel almost a current pushing forward towards that tunnel with a nat 20. You are in seal form. That would make sense.
I sort of like nudge my nose in the direction of that tunnel to point everyone that way.
I lead that way.
Okay. Cowrie, her, Mud, and her again. That's supposed to be Olive. Hold on.
Her twice!
They're multiplying.
My DM skills can't take it. They do too much crazy shit.
Ah!
All right. Just moving you guys forward. You're able to find you're able to find a chamber, a larger burial chamber now, and Olive, as you swim inside holding that skull, the rest of you as well, but specifically Olive, looking for a place to place this, you're able to see that just due to current abnormalities that are no longer controlled, you're able to see that most, like at least a dozen, maybe 2 dozen skeletons have been knocked out of their resting places and their bones scattered against what it basically is the sea floor.
I think I'll still hold on to it because after hearing that voice, I'm kind of like latching onto this as like a guide through the tunnels.
Excellent. Give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Hee 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 hee.
Guidance.
Hee hee hee. Hoo hoo hoo. Ha ha ha. That is 25.
25.
Yeah.
Those voices, those elderly Genasi voices begin to multiply by dozens and dozens as you're able to hear, excellent, yes, that way, welcome back, amazing, sweet, nice, it's so good to see you, and all that kind of, and you're able to hear all these voices begin echoing in your head as you continue swimming north.
I just kind of I kind of shut everything out as I'm just focusing on these voices, even though they're overwhelming.
Okay. And Olive kind of focusing on that. Can I get a perception check from everybody very quickly?
8.
24.
Guidance on myself.
Got it. 24.
Was it perception or investigation?
Perception.
Perception.
Wait, but I count that as a 10. So that is 18 instead of 11.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You are all seeing Olive holding onto this skull, kind of eyes going a bit wide as like clearly something affects them before like Olive, you just kind of very quickly, almost unnoticeably, just kind of shut that out. You are all able to look over, and Mud, light clashes with what you are emanating from your chest. As you all look to your north, and you see an intricately carved doorway. Inside, you're unable to see what it is, what specifically what resides within, but an emerald light shines dimly from within.
Almost the same way that Carrie and Bud followed the siren call, Olive drifts towards that light.
Oh. I want a reaction from what's everybody thinking about that?
Arcana check. Is that possible?
I'd like to just put my hand on Olive's shoulder.
Okay.
And I would like to druid craft a little like a underwater bloom of algae or like something that's like a little bit, maybe it glows a little bit, but something that grows by the surface just to kind of help ground her.
Oh, yes.
Where she is.
So before Olive's shoulders can like connect with like a sidewall, a little bit of moss and algae grows and just kind of cushions it, grounding her back to the tunnel. Cowrie, reaction?
I don't do anything to stop her or get in her way, but Cowrie just kind of, the hand that's not holding the skull, Cowrie just kind of like nudges their head up against it so that she knows that we're here.
Okay. And her, any reaction?
I'll just put my hand on her shoulder, like as support, and then just kind of step back.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you. It's all right. This feels welcoming, in a way.
Can we do like an insight check on that light?
Yeah, insight or arcana, please.
Yeah.
Positive light, negative light.
Is it like a lanternfish, you know?
Give me arcana checks, yeah.
Out of the box doesn't count.
And Olive with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Same roll.
Wait.
17.
17?
15.
15. 10.
Wait,
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Olive.
That's gonna be our first piece of merch.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 3.
What does that get me?
Olive and Cowrie. I think it would make sense that you would both be able to recognize this. Olive. Well, honestly, I'll just speak to you, Kate. Great words to say, being drawn to it. As this emerald light that is emanating, it almost greets you with a warmth of familiarity. As, synonyms, perhaps, from someone who does not know color theory that well. This olive light that shines on both of you, Cowrie and Olive, it doesn't feel like the same thing that Olive can cast. It feels like what Olive can cast. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And Olive, moving forward, do you guys want me to reveal the final section of this carpal tunnels map?
Please.
Okay.
Pretty please.
You're able to see a chamber that is not indicative of, obviously not naturally formed. A lot of great care was taken into constructing this chamber. Yeah, that's all I can say for right now. And this incredible olive green chamber is revealed to all of you. The walls are of a deep green, almost sea glass, intricately carved from gemstones. You are able to notice there are these sapphire plates on each of the entrances. You're able to notice that there is an entrance to the northwest, the northeast, to the southwest and the southeast as you guys step over them to enter into this chamber if you so choose. And you're able to see, so old that any identifiable markings in common or primordial have withered away from erosion, coffins stacked 3, 4 high. And then on top of those coffins, urns with skulls placed atop them. And everybody here give me an investigation check real quick.
14.
14?
9.
9.
13.
13.
10.
All of you are able to recognize this is a preparation room where bodies are taken and then prepared and then laid to final rest. Definitely. However, Olive, your mind immediately goes towards, well, two things. One, this chamber is illuminated not by, well, partially by Mud's own ambient light, but there are these literal emerald braziers that are glowing this soft olive light out of them. And everything here is dotted around this center chamber, which is not of this ornate construction with these tiled floors and these amazingly gemstone walls. You are all able to see stairways leading up to what you could consider to be a mortician's table, but what now looks like a shrine of some kind. And the stone of these stairs and the stone of this mortician's table or altar, thank you, Brazzers, thank you. Look, this mortician's table, these stairs made of the same stone of the cavern walls you guys have been swimming through for all this time. More importantly than that, Olive, you're able to recognize as you kind of you just approach it and you kind of maybe wave your hand in front of it. This is the oldest thing in the carpal tunnels. This is the first thing, basically. If that makes any sense.
I drift into the center of the room, and I want to take this skull and place it on the shrine, on the table.
As you place it on the shrine, as you place it on the table, you don't need to give me any kind of check, but I am going to tell you what you're able to see, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Inactive for 40 years. The act of placing remains on top of this table. Do you want the mystical effect or the physical display? Just tell me which one you would prefer first. I'm gonna give you both.
Okay, I think the mystical first.
The mystical. You're able to see a stone tablet there on this mortician's table. And you're able to notice that as you place this skull onto next to this tablet, you're able to notice that it resonates and glows with a green, rippling energy. And beginning to carve, and you're able to notice as this energy condenses and solidifies with the perfect activation of adhering to this tradition in an abstract way. Olive, you're able to recognize as in primordial, this energy begins to carve into the tablet and words begin to reveal themselves to you. And when I say words, I mean single word, because there are mechanics to this that we'll get into later. But one word is revealed to you. T-O. And you get the sense that the more energy you channel into this, the deeper connected you are to it on either a religious or a mystical level, the more words will reveal themselves. And stranger than all of that, this word is in your handwriting.
Huh?
Your eyes trail up. Carved into this mortician's table, not carved, but literally pieces of it, like it was naturally formed. You're able to see a stand. It's a wider stand, like where you would put a staff or a spear, like a weapons display of some kind. And this stand is empty.
On either side of the skull on the table, I put my hands down, and in primordial, I just repeat over and over again, please show me I've come this way, please Please, I'm sorry I've been away for so long. Please, please, I want to help.
We can now jump into the mechanics of how this is going to work, okay?
Oh.
This, I'm going to let you decide what you want to roll. It can either be an Arcana check or it can be a Religion check. Please beat a DC 14. Sorry, DC. Oh my god, DC 17. What the fuck am I talking about? I just said the wrong number fully. A DC 17.
Are we allowed guidance? Guidance, okay? Okay.
Guidance is allowed, but no help actions can be given. This has to be a roll just based on Olive.
I will do Arcana.
Just giving you like finger guns from the entrance of the burial chamber, being like
23.
23. Olive, you say, please, please, I've been away for so long, please. And more of this writing is revealed to you. One sentence, simple, 3 words, continuing from that 2 that was revealed to you originally. And you're able to see the sentence, to the depths. Again, in your own handwriting. Cowrie and Olive, investigation checks with advantage.
guidance.
On who?
You.
16.
16.
Investigation?
Yes.
Also 16.
Also 16. Olive, you look down. It's your handwriting in these words. You look to Cowrie, seal form, which is very funny. Cowrie, you look to Olive. Cowrie, you were told what happened after that injection. You don't remember any of it, but that story was told to you. The starting of the cycle march. Olive has already revealed the fact that no one was around when things happened to her, but you both get the sense that Olive had a similar journey to yours, pertaining to her specific field of magic, if that makes any sense. And given these are her words being presented to her, you get the sense that this has something to do with the journey that she went on. But no one was around to report it back to her. Make sense?
Uh-huh.
Mud. Perception check.
Dana. Dana. Dana, 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 dana. Dana.
No?
I didn't get a nat 20.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip my coin.
Okay. Well,
Valid.
I was breathing in and I was like, all right, let's go.
Well, I won't back down.
No.
No. Olive. So you can all communicate in a certain way when if you guys want to enter into this chamber, if you guys want to talk. You don't have to not talk because of all of this. Is there any conversation that's had?
Are there more? Does it look like there's more words?
Yes, there are. There are significantly more words.
Olive is gripping this table, just almost praying in primordial, asking, pleading, praying for more to be revealed.
Okay, understood.
She is gone. She's still holding the table, but she has gone down to her knees in prayer.
Okay. Any reaction from any of you?
I'm going to swim up behind her and rest my head on her shoulder and not close my eyes because I want to stay aware, but wherever that feeling when I got Thulfauditor's loot, that wherever that came from, I'm trying to kind of like reach out to that on behalf of Olive for anything that might help her.
Okay.
Sorry, I will also add it just as she's rambling in Primordial, she's also repeating in Primordial, to the depths, to the depths, to the depths, to the depths.
Baller. Okay, awesome. Her and Mud, what are you guys doing?
I am keeping an eye out for fucking sharks.
Okay.
And I am holding a guiding bolt in my hand. I'm preparing to cast it should I see any of them.
Okay, and her, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go after hearing Olive chanting in Primordial to the depths. I'll come up next to her, and can I do like a perception check to see if there's any way we can... I know you said this is the oldest, but would there be anything that would help her with the words to the depths in this room? I don't know.
So you're looking for clues specifically related to the words in the tablet, correct?
Yeah, that she's chanting.
In all honesty, no, and I hate saying that.
No, it's fine.
This is something that Olive has to pull out of this ancient artifact to learn something new. Make sense?
No, that's totally fine. Just trying to support her in whatever way.
Okay.
So I'll just stand behind her.
And the last thing that we're going to do before we break for this evening is Mud. You specifically have stayed away from this chamber to keep your eye on the main entrance looking for sharks.
Yes.
What you are able to see.
I'm gonna throw up. I throw up.
It just floats in front of you.
Oh no.
I am just going to make sure I give all the information that is fully accurate, the best that I can. You are able to see, again, the light is shining from your chest, illuminating this cavern. And as you kind of like turn and look to the other entryways, and then you turn back, as you turn back and you sweep, automatically you're able to see a shark reveal itself to you. Nose pointed towards you, arms to their side, kicking and paddling, tail assisting, swimming towards you. Would you like me to describe what they look like more specifically?
Absolutely.
Okay. You are able to see a black tip sharkin. Now, what a black tip sharkin is, it looks eerily similar to what a bull sharkin does, with like, light gray skin and like a white underbelly. However, this black tip sharkin is not as large as the bull shark was, number one. And number two, the most notable difference before anything, just biologically, is the tip of their dorsal fin is completely black. For what evolutionary reason? I have no fucking idea. I just found that on Google. Number two, Mud, this is a striking image, as this shark has been battle-worn and scarred in the most unique way possible. As differentiating him from Bull, you're able to notice there are so many rainbowy colors all around this black-tip sharkin's body because he is covered in coral jutting out of his thick hide. For those of you that don't know, black-tip sharks in real life are known to patrol coral reefs. And you're able to notice sticking out of his neck, it's these jagged daggers of coral that have dug into his skin and then popped out and have just grown and overtaken his body, making like a natural armor on top of his leathery hide. And Mud, I want you to give me a nature check real quick. And I'm going to say this to me with advantage.
Okay. 18.
An 18. Number one, in this, again, this tunnel vision of complete darkness that is then shown upon by your chest light as you see the sharkin swimming towards you. Very stealthily in the water, by the way. You immediately recognize the coral jutting out of this shark's body is poisonous. It's toxic. And also, Mud, just through your general knowledge of how the natural world operates, you realize that this coral was not received as just an accident of swimming into reefs repeatedly. These are battle scars. And with an 18, in whatever way you can justify it to yourself with the history, black-tip sharkin are known to hunt sea trolls, specifically ones with coral on their backs. And Mud, the last thing you see because of that perception check,
another PC character is like, Rah!
You are then able to see 3 other figures kind of shrouded in this darkness. And they go down the other tunnels that you all did not go down as they disappear. And seeing you, this sharkin momentarily stops. What do you do?
Guiding bolt.
And I need everybody here to roll initiative.
Oh!
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
I can keep going. I can keep going.
No, we're going to call it there. Ladies and gentlemen, are we all having a good time?
Yeah!
Yes, and yes. Awesome. So, what did everybody get for initiative?
5.
5.
I got a natural 20.
Yo!
30, baby.
30? Kate and Moss, what'd you guys get?
I'm writing my notes.
Okay, no problem.
I got a 14.
11.
11, got it. Okay. Congratulations, Darby. You rolled double what anybody else rolled.
Hey.
Oh, crazy. How? Okay, yes. Now, I love the fact, if I can give some, like, just develop. Well, first of all, happy 1 year.
Happy 1 year stream anniversary.
Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and watching. We deeply appreciate it. But also, thank you to all of the wonderful players that are here for doing D&D 3 fucking days in a row. We're all so tired.
And sweaty.
Yes, we're taking like a 5-day break after this. Absolutely.
Thank you, Drew.
Everybody heads up. Hoods up. Okay. Oh,
What's up?
Thank you.
I took mine off. I was really sweaty.
Oh, yeah. Well, happy 1 year.
Day 3. Give it up for day 3.
Day 3.
Rulebook optional now streams 24 hours a day.
We're like Germa or
don't,
whatever.
No. Well, do you guys remember that one? I think it was a Ludwig stream, like back in like 2020, where he said for every certain amount that was donated, he'd stream for an additional hour, and the motherfucker had to be live for like 19 days uninterrupted.
Boy,
Now he earned like $115,000, but yes,
That's insane.
so I want to get into it. So like the thing that I wanted to do with the godly weapon stuff, like the idea of like this treasure hunt, is the idea of like taking the idea of these gods and almost taking what their like core aspects are and developing those into either like set pieces or combats. And so like at least for me, the idea of like Malil, the god of the bards, the idea of like, oh, the Battle of the Bards, the Arbor, the Psycho March, very much like musical, signs of leadership, all that kind of stuff. But then for Umberly, it's all deep sea, it's deeply religious. It revolves around death. It revolves around returning to the deep ocean. And what better to emphasize that than just a bunch of fucking apex predators hunting you?
Oh boy.
So yes, I hope the vibes are good. I hope the vibes are like enjoyable.
Oh, they're so good.
Good. So good.
Oh, so
in the
Hell
water.
yeah. Hell
In
yeah.
that dark water.
That
Glass
shock.
Glass shock. Oh, well, now I need to make one of these motherfuckers have glasses because that is just. But yes,
God, you made my one player character that has never been on any stream immediately want to kill this shark.
Well, because I actually had a thought in my brain of like, oh, because we have another campaign where there's a monk named Lucinda who has this like best buddy that's a sea troll. And basically what I thought was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if like in the palm and the fist there are like roaming coral reefs that are just these sea trolls, and the idea that like they're basically, and because again blacktip sharks hunt in coral reefs, what if they literally hunted coral reefs? So like what if it's like a sign of like their apex predatoriness? Yes, exactly.
Yikes.
Damn.
Oh, and also and I will explain this later. Because blacktip has been pierced and punctured by coral so many times, I'm gonna tell you two things about him right now. All of the other three, by the way, are unique to their own shark brands. But like, I couldn't just say, man, they bite stuff and swim fast, because that's no fun. Just to have 4 guys that just punch stuff. Blacktip's unique feature is that he cannot be poisoned because he has been hit with poisonous coral so many times that he is just immune to its effects. And 2, any melee attacks made on blacktip, you will have to succeed a Constitution saving throw or become poisoned yourself.
Damn.
Oh.
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 Good to know.
Yes. Very fun. And you gotta think like, because you gotta think, Bull was just a dude that hit things hard. Because fun fact, bull sharks are known to be the most aggressive kind of shark. I think statistically of all shark attacks, primarily they are the ones that do the most of them, just because they will attack anything that moves. Thank you, Nico, for joining us.
Woo.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. But
I'd be a lot less scared if Yorda was here with us.
Yorda would be fucking pissed. It's like,
Yorda would also be trying to kill us.
Yeah. You saved ROACHY. I wouldn't say saved. I would say under new management.
Under new management.
But yes.
Megamind is also required viewing for this campaign. All of One Piece.
All of One Piece. How
Our
about
flag
just
beats
the
death.
arc? The One Piece arc that finishes Nami's arc, which is like episodes like 30. Go to episode 30.
Nope, all of One Piece.
All over 1,000 episodes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
Woof.
Woof indeed. God.
Zooey Mama.
Y'all were sweating. Goddamn.
It's so
I
beautiful.
I had a moment where I was like, and to think of it like a year ago and maybe a year, how long have we been playing ROACHY? For a year and a half?
Year and a half, yep.
Yeah.
Year and a half. A year and a half ago, we were just playing our silly little guys, and Kate Olive was like, yes, that'd be okay, yes, totally, yeah. And now she's like begging at the altar of an ancient forbidden sea goddess, going, please, I beg you, please, as we are slowly getting surrounded by giant sharks.
You're
You're probably wondering how we got here.
Remember when you guys got flushed down a toilet?
Look at us now.
Willingly.
Look at us now.
Oh, God.
Willingly got flushed down a toilet.
Yeah, we asked for that.
Flushed away.
Okay.
Love that movie.
Well, we'll have to tune in next time to see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy for all of this. Thank you for coming to the table. Thank you all of the players for being at the table, for going on this journey, for supporting this project. We really do appreciate that. And thank you guys for wanting to just spend so much time in this world that I created. That makes me feel very good. Thank you.
Thank you for making the table.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
And a world.
And a world.
Thank you. Well, then we will be back at this hopefully again very soon. But right now we are very sleepy. We're going to take a break. But don't worry, we'll be back very soon with more of the lovable pirates. And no more costumes. We're so hot. We're so warm.
No more.
We need to get some ventilation in here. But tune in next time for that. Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful evening and see you soon. Peace out.
Good night.
Bye.
Mwah.